Stop. Listen, guys, if you want to know what's going on in the real estate market today and how the election and all this stuff congeals and comes together and what to expect, do not go anywhere. Now, just so you know, for the last, I would say about 7 years, I've been accurately predicting what was going to happen. Aside from COVID actually happening, I was actually predicting, and I still do, every single step of what was going to happen in the market. And within fractional, like marginal lines here, I have called every single movement through our real estate market over the last 7 years. And I want to share with you how this is going to impact you, how the election is going to impact you, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Doesn't matter what state you're in. Let's dig into this right now. First, I want to address the sellers. Guys, I know it's been a rough road for you. I get it. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little bit rough for a little bit longer, because there's so much inventory. So many people were trying to dump real estate all at once within the last, I would say 18 months. It's just been flooded. And because of the stagnant rates and them being in the sevens, it's been very, very it's been so difficult to get buyers beyond paying a certain number for a home and then eating a higher interest rate with no hope in sight. Guys, I've been claiming this. You don't know this because you haven't been following me on any other platform. If you're a seller in today's market, you've likely already been on the market for the past, 90 days plus. And if that's the case, guys, I'm just gonna have to ask you to stick with your agent and just buckle down with them. Give them another 90 days. Let's see what happens, because within less than 12 hours of the election results here, we've seen that Dow Jones the stock market across the board has had more gains this morning than ever before in history. Oh, this is going to play out exactly how we anticipated it was. All right, and I'm going to give you the playbook here, because this is the playbook that we've been running for the last, I would say, 70 days. But now it's going to extend a little bit further, and it's just a great opportunity if you're a buyer. Home sellers, this is the thing, is if you haven't sold a home yet, if you're not even on the market yet, you need to wait. I would say wait at least 90 days before you list that home. This is why, okay? Is if you wait about 90 days, the economy is going to see Trump's ripple effect here. They're going to see the power of what happens when we become re-engaged in our capitalism. That's going to happen. It's already happening on the stock market. We can see it within, like I said, the next morning we can see it. So this is going to have a direct impact on you. Wait until the inventory goes down a little bit. Wait until the rates go down a little bit. If you have something to sell, just wait it out for another 90 days or so. It would be worth your while, I promise. Listen, very few people are going to give you guidance on what to do with real estate. I don't care about taking the risk. Even if I'm wrong, I've been right almost 100% of the time within half a point of whatever I predicted. So I have no problem going out making these claims, because I have a track record of success when it comes to calling what's going to happen. If you're a home seller, like I said, expect to be paying someone's, paying their points on their mortgage to get their better rate, paying them to, taking money off the home price, giving them money for closing costs. Those are the things that are just going to need to be expected if you're a home seller and you are determined to sell within the next 60, 90 days. Now, if you're a home buyer, what does that mean for you? That means right now, you need to go find the home you want, because it's only going to last for a certain amount of time. This opportunity window is not going to be open forever. And what I mean by an opportunity window is right now, we have everyone's, probably, I would say, I can't say everyone, but we say a large portion of our economy's stock in their retirement portfolios just took a nice bump this morning. So it's showing that there's hope for the future. What that means is, as the hope continues to build for the future, as people continue to see the results of a Trump election, as soon as that thing becomes common knowledge, it's going to be too late. Okay, you're going to be, if you wait this out and you're a buyer, you're going to miss the opportunity to negotiate a better deal. It doesn't matter what state you're in. You need to link up with a solid agent. If you need help finding one, please let me know. All 50 states, outside of the US, internationally, we have connections everywhere. But you need to make this decision now. You need to go forward now. If you're looking to buy a home, now is the time to do it because of a few things. And I know go ahead and say it. Chris, what about the rates? The rates are crazy. The rates are not crazy, first of all. They are high. I do agree with that. And I think a healthy rate would be between 4.5% and 5.5%. That's what I believe it should be on average, okay? The 2% and 3% rates, I think that's just not a healthy rate for our economy, just to be completely transparent, even though that doesn't benefit you and I. Now, back to that. Going through a home buy right now, why is that crucial for you as a home buyer? Well, like I mentioned to the sellers before this, you have an opportunity right now to ask for things like closing costs, offering lower on the home. You have an opportunity to ask for them to pay, your lease cancellation. Whatever it is that you need help with, you have an opportunity to do it. And I know, Chris, but what about the rates? The rates are too high. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to buy a home right now, guys. It's a moment in time. I've done the math several ways, and I can do it again. If you want to see it, post a comment. I will make a video breaking down the math versus buying a home with an elevated price at lower interest rate versus buying a lower priced home with an elevated rate, and how that plays out. Because see, this is the bottom line, is when you sign the paperwork, you sign on the line which is dotted, you are agreeing to pay that price regardless of what happens. So if you agree to pay $500,000 for a home, you've agreed to pay $500,000 for a home. If the inventory goes down and it tightens up and the price goes up, but the interest rate goes down, and now that $500,000 home is $625,000, that's a huge deal, because now you have to consider, like, yeah, maybe I can get a 4%, 5% rate on this $625,000 to where my rate was 7.5% on 500. But this is the thing, is that rate is probably going to drop significantly from today. It's probably going to drop significantly in the next, I would say, 6 months. And when that happens, as that's happening even, people are going to be doing refis. The thing is you can buy a home today at $500,000, get a 7.25%, 7.5% interest rate. Then you wait 6 months or a year or whatever it takes for the rates to drop. When the rates drop, okay, likely your home's value has more equity in it then, because now there's a lot more interest on buying a home. With that said, if you're a home buyer and you're thinking about this, you can buy the $500,000 home today and have the 7.5% rate, okay? But when you turn around to refinance it and you go and get the better rate too, on top of getting the better deal at the front end, now you're gonna get the best rate with the lowest price instead of a higher price with a better rate. Because ultimately, the ideal situation here is you're either gonna pay a higher number or a lower number for the house to start with, and then the rate is gonna follow. The thing is if you pay a higher number for the house, there's no going away from the higher number for the house. The rate is not going to lower that number. However, if you pay a lower number for the house and the rate is higher, the number for the house doesn't change, but the rate can be refinanced and drop down. Once you agree to pay a high number for a home, that's it. You're on the hook for the high number no matter what happens with rates. Okay? And by the time that rates are really like smooth and transparent, this number, I guarantee you, will be higher. It'll be 10 to 20% higher than it would have been otherwise. Your $300,000 home will be from $300,000 to $330,000 to maybe even potentially $360,000. Like, that's essentially what you're gonna see. So, with that being said, if you're a home buyer, now is the time to strike right now. If you have an agent, you need to get with them now. Do not wait. You need to get in. You have to get engaged now to take advantage of what's going on in the market. I mentioned, if you don't have an agent and you want someone professional, think of me as your personal agent list, guys. I will help you find the right agent. They will pay me to help find you, okay? But I'm only going to pair you with people who I would send my own family to, or who I would hire myself in that space. So, with that being said, God bless you, God bless America, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next 24 months.